Welcome back to World Information HD, the channel where history, rarity, and hidden treasures come alive through the stories of coins that have stood the test of time. Today, we are going to dive into the fascinating world of one of America's most collected coins, the 1940 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark. At first glance, it may appear like just another small copper coin that has changed hands countless times in the past, but behind its modest appearance lies an incredible story of history, design, survival, and value that still excites collectors around the globe. The story of the 1940 Lincoln penny begins during an era when the United States was recovering from the effects of the Great Depression and slowly preparing itself for what would soon become the largest global conflict of the century: World War II. Pennies were in the pockets of soldiers, schoolchildren, shopkeepers, and factory workers. In 1940, a single cent had far more purchasing power than it does today. For a penny, you could still buy a stick of gum, a small candy, or a newspaper in certain towns. Because of this, wheat pennies from that time were produced in large numbers to keep up with daily circulation needs across the nation. The 1940 penny itself carries with it the artistic legacy of Victor David Brenner, the designer who crafted the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side back in 1909. This was the very first U.S. coin to ever feature a real historical figure, and it was revolutionary at the time. The obverse displays Lincoln's bust facing right, accompanied by the word, Liberty, on the left, the motto, "In God We Trust," above his head, and the date, 1940, struck clearly on the right. If you look closely at this penny and do not see a mint mark beneath the date, then you are holding a coin minted in Philadelphia, which historically did not use mint marks on its coins during that period. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find the iconic wheat stalks on each side, enclosing the words, 1 cent. Above sits the phrase, E pluribus unum, and in the center is, United States of America. These wheat ears give the coin its nickname, the wheat penny. This design was used from 1909 until 1958, after which it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. Collectors often feel a strong sense of nostalgia for wheat pennies because they represent a chapter of American history that is long past yet deeply cherished. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the 1940 no mint mark penny so desirable? After all, millions of these coins were produced. The Philadelphia Mint alone struck more than 586 million of them in 1940, which might seem like it would make them far too common to be worth anything today. However, the value of coins is rarely dictated by mintage numbers alone. Instead, it is a delicate balance of history, rarity and condition, collector demand, and sometimes even errors or variations that elevate certain coins far above the rest. For collectors, the condition of a coin is everything. A heavily circulated 1940 penny, the kind that has passed through thousands of hands and picked up nicks, scratches, and wear, may only be worth a small premium over face value. But in pristine condition, when the coin has survived untouched, its original shine still intact, it becomes a rare and desirable treasure. The grading system, which ranges from poor to gem uncirculated, plays a huge role in determining value. Coins graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC that achieve higher mint state levels, such as MS65, MS66, or even MS67, can command incredible sums at auction. What adds to the appeal of the 1940 penny is its place in the pre-war era. Think about it, coins like these were present in pockets when Franklin D. Roosevelt was president. They were handed over the counter during wartime rationing, tucked away in piggy banks, and sometimes forgotten in drawers for decades. Each surviving example today is not just a coin, but a small, enduring witness to American history. Era varieties are another reason that 1940 wheat pennies attract collectors. During production, mistakes sometimes occurred at the U.S. Mint. Double dies, repunched mint marks for the D and S versions, off-center strikes, and lamination errors can all make certain examples worth far more than their regular counterparts. For the Philadelphia issues, even subtle striking differences can catch the eye of sharp collectors looking for something unique. What makes coins like these so fascinating is the blend of the ordinary and the extraordinary. On one hand, they were mass-produced, exchanged daily, and often overlooked. On the other hand, the small fraction of them that survived in exceptional condition or with rare characteristics are now viewed as miniature works of art and historical relics. Collectors often say that holding a 1940 penny feels like holding a time capsule, a link to the lives of ordinary Americans from 85 years ago. Imagine a farmer during 1940, placing a penny on a store counter for a loaf of bread. Imagine a child using a penny to buy candy at a corner shop, or a young soldier carrying one with him as he prepared to leave for war. Those coins traveled, carried memories, and became silent companions through the toughest of times. That is why wheat pennies hold such emotional value as well as monetary worth. So, what does all of this mean for collectors and treasure hunters today? If you happen to come across a 1940 no-mint mark penny in your pocket change or among your family's old keepsakes, the first step is to carefully examine its condition. Even a common coin can be special if it has been preserved well. Use a magnifying glass to look for sharp details, minimal wear, and original luster. If you think your coin is in particularly high grade, it may be worth having it evaluated by a professional grading service. Auction records and collector markets have shown us that high-grade examples of the 1940 Philadelphia wheat penny can fetch astonishing amounts. While average circulated coins might only bring in a modest return, the few coins that have survived in near-perfect condition, untouched by time, are capable of reaching values that surprise even seasoned collectors. The excitement of coin collecting lies in this very possibility, that an unassuming little penny could turn out to be a rare treasure. Stories abound of people discovering valuable wheat pennies tucked away in jars, rolls, or inherited collections. What once seemed ordinary can become extraordinary, and what was once worth a single cent can now be valued as a collectible artifact of American history. As we conclude this journey into the story of the 1940 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny, remember that coins are more than just money. They are storytellers. They tell us about the era in which they were struck, the people who used them, the economy of the nation, and the craftsmanship of the artists who designed them. Every scratch, every shine, every curve of the wheat stalks tells a part of that narrative. And now for the moment you've been waiting for, the value. While many circulated 1940 no-mint mark pennies may only fetch a small amount, the finest examples, preserved in top mint state condition, have sold for extraordinary sums. One of these remarkable coins, graded at the highest levels and preserved as if time stood still, has reached a value of $66,776.